All right, so welcome back, and without further ado, let's just dive right into. Let's continue what we're doing. All right. So don't forget my highlight is here. I'm going to have some little text here. I'm going to have some body of text here. I'm going to have the image here. I'm going to have the footer details here. I'm going to have the logo here. So I can start from anywhere I think works best. So one thing you want to consider when you're doing a cookbook, especially when it's going to be for printing, you want to keep things off the edges, and that's one thing that separates newbies from professionals. Professionals know how to manage their space properly. There's something called white spacing in graphic design. So white spacing has to do with you leaving enough space for the real element to stand out. One thing most people don't actually know is that a white space is actually a design element, and you also need to use it. It has rules on how you want to use it. All right, so I'm just going to be showing, I'm going to start designing now. So I'm going to show you how the white space thingy works. So let me move this a little bit. I think I'm done with it for now. So let me fix up my composition. So here, thank you for this. Thank you Illustrator for this. So you might be wondering, okay, so why is this thing going under it? Why is it hiding? And it might look a little bit confusing. Don't be confused. It's actually because Illustrator also works with layer system. If you're familiar with tools like Photoshop, you know that it works mainly on layers. But notwithstanding, these also work on layers. All right. So this is the layers here, as you can see, and that's why I actually kept it on a separate drawer on its own. And if you are not seeing it here, basically these are the two that you are definitely going to see these two when you open your Illustrator for the first time. You're going to see the layers panel, the properties panel. These are very, very important. So if you don't see them here, for example, let's say you lost them in one way or another, you just have to come to Windows. Windows is always ready to save you, so just come and look for layers panel here and click on it, and it's going to pop it right up for you. All right, so come to layers, and the way I've done mine, I can extend this panel here, and I'm going to have it properly well taken care of here. So I just have to click on this drop down, and it's going to show me all the things I've done recently. So these are so the way to select things here, let me just show you. If I want to select this hamburger here, I just need to click on, okay, let me click out first. I just need to come and click here on this little circle here. It's going to select the hamburger, and this is for the burger man. So when you click on this, it's going to select the burger man. This is for the background image I've just created, this one right here. So I'm just going to click on this, and it's going to select them for me. And as you can see, there are also icon here, which is for visibility. If I want to make this disappear, abracadabra, pew, it's gone. All right. No, not like it's deleted, it's just gone for the moment. As you can see, you won't be able to select it even though it's still there. So if I want it back, I'm just going to click here. And there's another thing, if I want to lock this layer, I don't want it to be movable. You know, when you're working with complex icons, complex design, and you have a lot of elements flying around, you don't want to move things on accidentally. You might just as well lock them down. So when you lock them, they are not selectable, they are immovable. So one thing you just need to pay attention to is if this thing is actually on an hardboard, by the time you want to duplicate an hardboard, you want to move an hardboard, it's going, of course, it's going to try to move the content on the hardboard to the next one. It's going to try to duplicate the content, but for the locked ones, they are not going anywhere. So it's going to tell you that some items are not moving because they are locked. So if you want to move, if your intention is to move the icons, the images with the artboard as you are transferring from one place to another, you probably will have to unlock it. All right, so that's enough do for that. So now, as you can see, this is here and it is hiding behind the background. So what I can do here is, the reason why this is actually the case is that, as you can see, this is the position of this image and this is the position of the background. This by layers is actually under this. So what I can do is to drag it all the way up here, and it's going to show up right up. As you can see, Yeah, right there. And they are actually, let me just press Control Z to take it back, and there are actually shortcuts for that. You can just click on it, press Ctrl Shift bracket, and it's going to bring it right up. All right, so let's go on. So the next I want to do, I want to position this properly. I want this to come on here. All right, with the snapping on, it's going to help me a great deal. So to scale your image proportionally, don't scale your image like this. It's bad practice. Like this, oh come on, that's bad practice. Or like this, hey, come on, it's bad practice. Or like this even is bad practice. So if you want to scale your image proportionally, you have to hold on the Shift key and drag in the direction that you want it to go. All right, so I think I'll need to increase it more. All right, so let's keep it like this. Yeah, why do I feel that it's taking too much of the space, like it's attracting too much attention? Okay, let me drag it down a little. Okay, yeah, I think this works. All right, yeah, thereabout works. Okay, don't worry that it's extended the page already. We're going to deal with it later. All right, so this done, let me deal with my footer. So let me bring in my logo here, and because I'm going to be using this logo times without number on this same design, so I might want to reserve a copy just in case something goes wrong with one. Maybe I accidentally manipulated it and I need an original image. So if you use Photoshop a lot, you're going to know this. You will want to duplicate your layers as possible, so that when you mess up with one, you can always refer back to the original one. So that's the same thing I'm going to do here. So to duplicate things is very easy. You can click and copy, then paste. It's going to paste in another location. Or another way to do that is just to hold the Alt key or the Option key if you are using Mac, and click, then drag to a new location. Release your clicking, and then afterwards release your hand from the Alt key, and it has successfully duplicated your image for you. All right, so here we go. As you can see, we have the same problem here. So we're just going to press Ctrl Shift bracket hop, and I'm going to scale it proportionally here, and it's going to be as it should be here. All right, let me put it around here. Okay, so I'm still going to, it's kind of looking a little bit blending, like it's not really contrasting, it's not really visible. I'm going to do something about it, so don't worry. Let's just continue. So let me continue and fix my footer first. So there's also little, let's grab a burger page and a page number, and I'm going to zoom in to do that. So you just come to your text tool right here, click on it, and there's something you might want to know, or let me say that might interest you about the text tool. There are two types of text manipulations in Adobe Illustrator. There's something called the area text, and there's something they call point text. Point text, area text. Let me show you the difference between the two. Let me come to a clean out board so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can come here and click on the type tool. All right, if you just click on it right here, boom, it's automatically going to create a sizable text for you, but it's sizable and it's going to fill it up with a placeholder lorem ipsum. All right, so you can start typing, and it's going to continue on the straight line forever and ever if you don't press enter to break to the next line. All right, okay, so this is just for titles. This works best for titles. All right, so another one is another thing called the area type. So the same procedure, you click on the type tool, but instead of clicking, you click and hold, then drag. All right, you drag it. Yeah, now it's going to create another sizable shape for you with prefilled text. So, and one thing is, if you try to type more, it's not going to extend. It's just going to show you a little icon here that you have some text that are hidden, because text cannot cross this boundary. You cannot see more than the text that you have set as this boundary. So if you intend to see some of the text that you're typing, you might have to come to select it. Use the selection tool, then drag this down, and it's going to show you some of the extra text that you have typed, and it's going to take away the error icon. If you want to see the error icon again, so you just drag this up, it's going to tell you, this is just telling you that some of your text are here but they are not showing up, so you might have to increase this to make room for them. All right, so that's the different types of, and we're going to use the two here, but I just want to give you a heads up so that you can know the difference by the time you start using them. All right, so let's go back here. So what I'm going to use here is the point text, and I'm just going to use it as a footer. All right, so let me just come in a little. All right, so I'm just going to pick my text tool, T for the text. I'm going to use a point text, point type, and just click on it, and I'm going to increase the font size a little so that it can be big enough. So let me go something around 18. All right, so it can be clear enough. So it's the title of this page is let's grab a burger, right? Burger. All right, so here we go. Now it's a little bit dark because the text is dark. So let me just put the text, and there's a little dot here just to separate the title of the page to the page number. So I'm just going to write page 16. All right, this is page 16. All right, so there are two things I want to do. I want to change the font type, and I want to change the font color to make it more contrasting. All right, so I'm going to select all, Control A to select all. I'm going to come here and select the font type I want to use. So, and that is Montserrat. So I'm going to click on Montserrat. I'm going to go for something that is not too huge. Let me go for let me stick with medium. Then I'm going to, I think medium is doing good. Yeah, so let me change the color to all white first. So to change the color, I just come to fill here. Like I mentioned, I told you something about fill and outline. So they have the fill here. To switch to the outline, this for the outline. All right, you just need to click on the stroke. This for the stroke, this for the fill. So right now the fill is black and the stroke has no color, and that's why you have this red stroke on it, just to tell you that there's no color here, but this one is black. So if you want to change the color to white, just come here, double click on this, and it's going to show you this color picker window. So you just pick the color. Let me just drag it to the extreme side of white. So let me pick white. All right, so, and boom, there you have it. Our text has come alive, and here we go. So just to create some dynamic coloring, I'm just going to highlight this page number just to set it aside. I'm going to give it a different color. Let me give it some, using my same color picker. I'm going to come here and give it a color. So let's see if it's going to be bright enough. It's cool, but it's not really bright enough. So let me brighten up a little. So one thing I can do is just to come here, double click, and I'm just going to increase this one a little. I'm just going to pick a brighter side of the color a little, and I think this is just about it. All right, so this is good. So let me drag this here, and things are already taking shape. We already have a footer down here, a logo down here. We're going to do a better job here later. So let's just get caricature of things working, then we're going to get things working properly. So the next thing I want to do is I want to have my title here and my little body of text here, and I think that's the last caricature that I need to put on this page before I start polishing things up. So where do I get that? So let me just go to my Word document, and I'm just going to go for the inner pages. Let me pick this first. Let's take a quick grab. I'm going to copy that. Going to come back to my design here. Don't forget I'm using a point type text, and I'm going to paste this right here. So I light it. You can increase it here. You can give it a huge number like 150 just to test the waters. Yeah, this is pretty big, but it's too big. We're going to settle things down later. So make it bold. Let's think around. Okay, let's make it black here. Let's keep it black. Okay, let's take let me make this a capital A. Just press Shift A. So let's break it down here. Okay, so let me just do some little adjustment here. So let me make it the color. Let me make the color the yellow color that I used here. But one thing is, if I select here, as you can see, the color picker is already indicating that this is the text and this is the text. If I click here, it's going to automatically pick both the font size and the font color. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. You know, this is bigger, this is a way thicker than this, but by the time I select this, it's going to reduce it to exactly the way this one is, and it helps you with consistency. But in this case, I don't want that. So there's a way to go around that. Since I've already decided that this is the shade of a brighter color that I want to use, I can just create a shape outside. This is just like some workaround. So instead of applying it on the text, I'm just going to apply it. I'm just going to transfer it. I'm going to lift the color from here to this place. Then I'm going to lift it from here to here. So this is how I'm going to do it. With this selected, I'm going to pick my color picker tool and I'm going to select it. And because this is just a shape, this is not the text, it's only going to harvest the color and not the font type, the font size, the thickness of the font. All right, so now I'm going to select the text here, so I can conveniently pick this color. Now I can only pick the color since the font type, the font color, the font type, the font size, the thickness did not transfer to this one. So all right, so that's it. So to do a whole lot of things about your text, there's also another panel here, the character panel, that's going to help you deal with text a lot. All right, so I guess we should also keep cut it short here, then take a break. If you want to grab a snack, go and grab a snack. You want to just walk around, maybe you seated for too long, you want to walk around, do walk around, then I'll be right here waiting for you and we can kick up when you come back. Thank you.